Hey y'all, dedicated father here. Today I kind of had a couple things I bounced around, but someone just said something to me on the phone literally 30 seconds ago, and I was like, I gotta go, and here I am making a video now. But it made me think about that conversation was about relationships and when two people are on different moral levels and their ethics and morals are just don't line up, how that relationship generally is at head, but it made me more think where and my mind just branches off a lot of times in those scenarios where we're talking about one thing and I'm like, ooh, I can relate that in a way different way to a lot of things. And in that sense, as I generally do, I start thinking about my children and what kind of lessons I'm teaching them with my actions. And so I started thinking about when he said, morals don't align. I was like, and he was complimenting something I did, and I appreciate that because I'm by all means not always a saint. But it made me it made me think about how the morals we not so much as we try to always say to do. It's like that person that goes to church but doesn't live that church life. It's very different in that sense, or very similar in that sense, as those are two different things. But when you have morals and you live by those morals and you may be firm and you may be steadfast in what you believe and what you do, but if it's right, and right is not in your own mind, but in generally speaking, objectively, not subjectively, those morals will become contagious to your children. They'll see you. I always used to say when I worked in an auto shop, I give promotions based on people's actions, and morals is one of those. I'd see somebody walking in and they picked up trash on the way back to the shop off their lunch break while they're not on the clock. They just happen to see it in the parking lot. That leads to, as simple as that is, that's a morally right thing to do. Those were the people that I would target for promotions and raises, and it drove people nuts because the lazy guy back there, smoking one off is not being productive, and yet he's wondering why he didn't get that same raise. It just is what it is there. But morally, everything we do, every action we do, everything we say, the way we treat people, and I had an instance yesterday where someone was trying to get me riled up on text message, and and I didn't act on it, but everything I wanted to say was not right. And I'm pretty good about typing and then just deleting it, and just like get it off your chest and then let's wheel that back because that's not going to end well. I can't pull those words back. Every once in a while they slip through though, and we are human. But morally, how I act or how I treat people, whether it be through text, through phone, in person, my kids see that. They learn from it. That's what they think they need to be as they grow up. That's what they learn is okay. And if you're not doing things morally right, if you're not being ethical, they're going to think that is okay. If you're not just preaching the high mighty, be right, do good, do well, all those things, never lie to somebody, tell truth, all that. But if you're preaching that and then you're not doing it, they're going to follow your actions, not what you say. That whole do as I say, not as I do, very rarely does that actually end up working out the way we think it should. So that's where I want to go on today. Just morally, how we are living that. I should say subliminally, what we choose to do and how we choose to act, live, all of our morals and ethics into it is what our kids are going to go off of. Not so much as what we say. We do need to affirm it with words, but they are watching us. They are always watching us. Every little action that we do. So y'all, I hope this hits somewhere. I know I ramble on some of these, and it's so hard too because I want to just sit here and just talk, free talk on it, and YouTube will crash it down. I can't say so many words, and I haven't even figured out what all those words are. Usually, if it's true, it usually gets hammered down. That's kind of how it works. Just politically where they lean, they don't like truth. But as we grow, and when I hopefully can have a live talk one time and have people on here, I can spit more freely because it doesn't matter. I'm talking to people live. I'm not worried about that getting shared out there. If it does, great, But so that's where I'll go with that when that time comes. Y'all, I hope y'all have an amazingly blessed day. We're getting real close to that time of the year to to celebrate, and just y'all, I pray everyone's safe, be blessed, be strong, raise them right.